Hey there, friends and enemies. JoPaWrites here once again, and today I wanted to go over Marvel's Avengers April development update because there's a ton of huge news in here, including the next playable character, Mighty Thor, aka Jane Foster. I'm not surprised by this. There have been some rumors about her being up next, and it makes sense with the new Thor movie dropping here this year as well. So it kind of falls in line with what they've done with Spider-Man and other characters in the past, kind of having them drop alongside their MCU counterparts a little bit. So I'm excited about this because I do want to play a new character. Hopefully, she's as different from regular Thor as Hawkeye and Kate Bishop are in the game, because you can definitely play them both a variety of ways and they just feel very different and they're not just clone characters. So that's what I'm really hopeful for. I'm going to dive into that a little bit more. I'm going to go through the update as well. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. Shows you want to see more content from me. Hopefully, once they do start adding another character and some new stuff to play in the game, I will jump back into Marvel's Avengers. But unfortunately, it's been radio silent for so long that I just really haven't had a lot of hope that we're going to get some cool new things. And that's what I'm most excited about. We did see that the recent patch where they added Nick Fury and they have added some other quality of life changes. I'm hopeful that once we do come back for Mighty Thor, that there's a lot of things that have just improved so much that it keeps us wanting to play this game for the foreseeable future, because it looks like development is continuing. So now that patch 2.3 is behind us, we'd like to update you on what's coming in the near future, including great improvements to the event system, as well as next playable hero, Jane Foster, aka Mighty Thor. There's a little picture of her. Looks dope. Next update is 2.4, currently targeting a May release. As mentioned, this will continue to focus on system improvements, emphasis on in-game events. I hope so, because the in-game events are okay, but they could be so much better, and I'm hopeful that over the course of time, they're really, really good. And then when we dive back in, we just want to play those events continuously. So events like Cosmic Threat, Tachyon Anomaly, and Corrupted Vibranium help build the backbone to Marvel's Avengers first year, allowing us to add a variety to the Avengers initiative. As they've entered in a rotational calendar this year, we want to make sure that they stay fresh and compelling for replays. So they'll be reworking the system behind those events with the goal of making them more rewarding. Huge, definitely needed. Combined with the improved gameplay loop introduced in 2.3, we think these new rewards will make a meaningful change of pace for veteran players and a great way to gear up for newer players. Huge. You want people to jump in and not feel like they are stuck leveling these characters for a long time, getting their gear for a long time. You want people to play all of the different characters and level them up over the course of time. It's so hard when new characters drop if someone's already behind to level up the old characters and the new ones in this game at times. So to make each event more unique and worth playing, we're improving and diversifying rewards across events, with each event now rewarding gear from different sets. Adding unit rewards to a wider variety of event missions, adding higher power level gear rewards to meta objectives to create another path to gear up beyond the soft cap on drops for non-raid Omega level threat content. Meta objectives will grant rewards to your entire eligible roster, not just a single hero, allowing you to gear up your squad while playing your favorite hero. That's an interesting change. I do like that a lot. I think it could be something that plays well if it kind of promotes playing your main character, but also then you get a cool piece of gear or a good gear set on your alternate characters. Maybe now you want to jump in and play them as well. Overall, the goal is to make events more compelling and to reward mission and objective play. We'll reveal more details on specific changes in blogs and live streams as we get closer to 2.4. Beyond that, will be 2.5, and while we'll be coming back with specifics on timing later, we can share that it will introduce a new playable hero, Jane Foster. Our hero designs are driven first and foremost by the core comic book identities. So, as a fellow wielder of Mjolnir, her suite of abilities will have a lot in common with the Odin Sons. However, she will also have elements that are distinctly Jane. More details on how Jane will come to life in our game will be coming in the future. We love reaching these moments when we're able to share a glimpse of the coming content and improvements that we're so excited about. We want to give these updates as frequently as we can. Can't wait to talk about what's next. So that's something that there's been kind of radio silent until 2.3, which was frustrating, I think, for a lot of people. even if they don't have anything new, you want the developers to be engaged and say, okay, we're working on things. We have a new character coming of like sooner than later. We have these updates coming sooner than later, and they're going to completely change the way the game is played. And in order to do all of that, we need to take a little bit of time where we're not going to have as much updates. And if they say stuff like that, it kind of prepares the fan base to understand what's coming instead of guessing and saying, oh, are they going to stop working on this game because it didn't do as well as they expected? Are they going to stop putting out new content for this game and just do the old stuff? Anything like that, I think those are rumors that can start in the fan base when there is a lack of communication. So hopefully in the future, they continue to do these updates at least once a month where we get some little bit of information, an idea on where they're at with the development of the game. Now, I'm a little bit spoiled. I come from Destiny. We get a weekly update there this week at Bungie, and they drop new information pretty much all the time. So it may not be everyone's favorite information, but at least they're dropping information pretty regularly. And I hope other games like Avengers kind of learn from that and do more of that in the future. Now, overall, I'm excited about the Mighty Thor. The fact that she has a lot in common with Thor is kind of questionable. I don't like the wording of that. Because I do worry that maybe all of our stuff is similar to Thor's with just slight differences, slight variations, instead of being like Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, who felt like very different characters at times. And that's my major concern at this point. But again, if they can improve the entire gameplay loop, maybe it'll encourage people to start fresh with some characters. It'll encourage them replay some old events that they haven't played in a while. I'm hopeful that that's going to be the case in the future, that we really get the opportunity to dive in this game and be like, okay, from where this game was, this game is so much better now. We've seen it with Final Fantasy XIV. We've seen it with No Man's Sky. Their games can make comebacks and really turn themselves around after a sluggish start, and I'm hopeful that Avengers is one of them, because at the end of the day, playing as your favorite heroes in this game is something that feels so good. But you just need to not get bored doing so by replaying the same thing over and over and not feeling rewarded while doing so. I'm hopeful that's going to be fixed, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited about the future, and I hope once we do see what all is coming, we're going to be even more excited to jump back into the game. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. My name is JoPaWrites, and I'll catch you all later.